All right, this is going to be a tutorial on how to use the Amorical web app. When you first arrive in the web app, you'll be greeted with a login screen over here. You'll have two options for logging in. In most cases, you'll want to choose the NAF name login, in which case you can just enter your NAF name and hit guest login. You will then be greeted with a tournament list page, which will have a list of recent or upcoming tournaments, past tournaments, future tournaments. We can select Amorical Cup over here, which is June 1st and 2nd. The home page over here will give you a bit of information, what round we're currently on. For example, right now it says round 2, the schedule for the day, as well as various information in terms of tournament scoring for individuals or for squads, including different tiebreakers that are being used. The next tab that would be of interest would be the Matches tab. Over here, we'll give you a summary of the different matches going on in this particular round. You can also jump backwards to see previous rounds. So over here, we can see myself matched up against my opponent over here. This button over here would allow you to download the roster for either yourself or for your opponent, which will be coming as a PDF download to your downloads folder. You can easily adjust the score of your match, adding the casualties, adding or subtracting by hitting the plus or the minus button, and then hit the upload button in the middle in order to upload the results. This will give you a bit of a summary of what the results were, who was home, who was away, and what the final score was. And then you can upload those results, and now it's awaiting approval from my opponent. This also informs me of what table I'm playing on. So this is table number 72. And these will show me my matches. So I can also click on my squad, and that will provide a breakdown of all of my squad mates' matches. So we have the squad versus squad matchup pairing over here. We each lost our first round, so we have 0-0-1. We can see that in each of these previous matches that have been set up to have already been uploaded, that we can have a quick tie over here, which is highlighted by the orange color, and we can see the specific breakdown. The green check mark and the highlighted green radio buttons indicate that this results has been confirmed by both players. Here is an example of a match that's been uploaded that's only been confirmed by one opponent. So you can see this orange tick indicates that in this case, the home had submitted but not the away. The red error button over here will indicate, and the red radio buttons indicates an error in the matchup results, which can then be rectified. By clicking over here, you can see where the discrepancy is. So in this case, you can see that both coaches agreed on the score and home casualties, but there's a difference of opinion in terms of away casualties. That can easily be adjusted by adjusting here and resubmitting as necessary. On the squad matchup screen, you'll see a high-level quick view of the entire squad versus squad pairings. You can click on any particular one squad matchup and be showing and will be shown the specific coach breakdown within that specific pairings and what tables they're playing on. As matchups get submitted, they will also show the results of those matches. You can jump back here to view the squad matchup. So here's an example of a couple that have been already entered. So we can see, for example, the breakdown of who received which points and who won which games. At a quick glance, you can kind of see which squad won the matchup, and as well as each of the individual breakdowns. You can also easily jump back to past rounds here as well. That's going to be available on all of these screens, so you can find and search through and see all the different matchups. And at any given point in time, you can use the search button if you want to filter for specific results. So in this case, it will filter for the word A, which will find these results. Similarly, if I had gone into, let's say, the coach matchups, so this will show all of the coach matchups, not broken down by squad. But at any given point in time, if you want to find the results of a specific coach, you can just start typing HER, for example, and it will find matches based on those results. You can also do by, I guess race doesn't work here. This will also allow you to easily, for example, if I want to see the results from Hercules, I can see round 1 and I can toggle back to round 2 round 1 here as well, or round 2. So I can toggle between previous rounds and see everybody's matchups from each round. Similarly for the squad, without that filter in place, I can see all of these matchups, and I can again go and see previous rounds as well. After the matchups is the rankings. So the rankings will be shown on this tab over here. It also has a search feature. So if I want to search for my specific squad, you can see that it's highlighted in red. That will be the case where it offsets the colors in terms of the highlighting, but your own squad in this case, or your own coach, will be shown in red. This shows the combined rankings, which will be the overall, which shows you a breakdown of points, wins, ties, losses. You can also sort by individual coach points, opponent scores, net touchdown or total touchdowns, total casualties for those individual squads. You can also look at the breakdown of squads with the most touchdowns, which also shows you you can sort again, increasing or decreasing in terms of touchdowns allowed versus your net touchdowns, for example, by just clicking on the different titles over here. Casualties are shown over on the next tab here, and then the Amorical list in terms of the coaches that have submitted Amorical rosters will be shown over here. So, and I'll show where they're ranking in the overall listings. The individual coach rankings are shown in this tab over here, where we can see again the combined rankings. As before, you can see that my squad mates are highlighted in blue, and my ranked results are highlighted in red. We can always filter here accordingly. So, for example, this can filter by squad. I can filter by name. If I type in, for example, Sean, I can filter by race. If I want to see just all the Norse. And we also have specific quick filters for tier 1 or tier A, tier B, tier C, tier D, as well as general touchdowns, casualties, stunty. And again, these show you the basic touchdowns for, touchdowns against, net touchdowns. So all of this information is going to be available throughout the day. And as the match goes on, as the tournament goes on, results will be submitted through the web app, and the next round's pairings will be updated through the web app. So just by refreshing the page, you'll be able to come in here and see where you're playing, where your squad is playing, download rosters, and have a great time.